Welcome if you're new here. Welcome back if you've been here before. This is Chapstick Vanilla Mint Scented Unflavored. We are reapplying because I put this on when I did this base face. I'm looking toasty. And I was so busy doing the base face, I didn't realize how toasty I was till it was over. Lower lash line, we have NYX Retractable Eyeliner. This is Aqua Green on our upper and lower inner rims. MAC Color Excess Pool Shark. And this is the color of it. Gonna prime the eye. Well, I'm gonna tell you what we're using, then do the intro to prime the eye. This will be look number 18 with Martine Cosmetics 669, and my handy dandy label here tells me that even though this palette has a 24-month POA, this says the POA was reached in January this year. I told y'all before, I'm gonna use this palette till I put it on and it burns my eyelids. So this is what the colors do. I love, oh my gosh, I freaking love this palette, y'all. I love it. I love it. I looked at it today and I said, I didn't know what to do. So I said, you know, we're going to be simple and do these two columns. Just these two, because I don't think we did those before. So we'll probably do first portion of the lid, second, put this on outer lid. And I know that kind of looks bright like it would clash, but we're going to do it because we do stuff. Lower lash line, and then we're going to put this buff out. Yeah, I touched it. And then we're going to put this on top of it, or just outer corner of lower lash line. This, I don't know where it's going to go. And we're also going to do something with the brows. I'm in a mood today. Today is May 17th, and I did upload a video today about Instagram stuff. So whenever you see this, if you're wondering why I'm in a mood, backtrack on my channel and watch that video. So we're going to prime the lid and get into this look. And I'm looking kind of, I'm not sure about this video quality here. I asked her about video resolution, which any upgraded phone is going to be better than the previous phone, because the previous phone I had for like 3 years at least. But I'm looking at it like, I think I'm looking cool. That's what it is. I mean, I know I'm a cool troll, but versus it being like natural light or soft light or warm, I think I'm looking a little cool. But even though I look toasty. And I didn't mess with the settings too much because I'm like, I don't want to mess up something and can't get it back. So we're going to put the eye primer on. So the intro is, let me close my palette. I call this the crazy troll nation of YouTube. The crazy, just knowing it's okay to be your authentic self, however your authentic self is. Just be yourself and rock it and love yourself for how and who you are. The troll part is not caring too much about the beauty community standards. You set the standard for yourself. Try not to feel like you need to use a certain brand or a certain tool or a certain technique because the person in the video told you have to. Wear whatever you want to, apply it however you want to, do whatever types of looks you want to, because you need to be satisfied with how your makeup looks. Yeah, try all the things, but really, please don't feel like there's something wrong with you if it doesn't work, because everything does not work for everybody, even though some people will believe and lead you to believe that it does. It doesn't. So the bottom line here at the Crazy Troll Nation is self-acceptance and self-love. Enhancing your natural features if you want to, when you want to, but never feeling like you have to. Try not to feel like you're not put together if you don't at least put on mascara or lipstick before you leave home. You're together just because you woke up today. Like, you're together just because you're amazing. So just love yourself for who you are and for how you look, even when you're not wearing makeup. That's the bottom line here. Love yourself regardless of what you're wearing on your face, and love yourself for who you are, period. And be your authentic self. That's what we stand for here. So yeah, the Crazy Troll Nation, because it's like, those are crazy concepts. And trolls, because if they want to say we are, even if they say we don't, but people will judge you, even if they don't say it to your face. Oh, why is she wearing them lashes? She too old to be wearing lashes. Why is she wearing bold eyeshadow? That's making her look silly. Only young people should wear bold eyeshadow. Who are they to judge you? And why are they all up in your business anyway? Okay? So that's what we're here for. Oh, two more things. I do curse sometimes videos, I curse sometimes, period. And there's an organism that lives in my throat that randomly hiccups, gurgles, and belches. And it occasionally makes an appearance. And I say, excuse me, and just keep going on with the video. So we're going to take Cornelia. This is an Esom, V27. And I am cold, y'all, because even with my thermostat right there, Even when it's set on 75, it feels perfect in here. Sometimes 76, it feels perfect. But when I sit here in front of these lights, I start sweating. This video base face, I had it on 74, and I was sweating. So it's on 72, and I'm cold, but we're going to be sweating soon, I'm sure. So Cornelia, this is the only shade in this palette that is... It's flaky. It's chunky and it's flaky, and it's always been like that since day one. But it's a beautiful shade, and this is one of the few shades that gives me fallout. So I am tapping off, and so that's why we're putting this on first, and we're just going to pat and pull. We're not going to take this far over. I feel chunks of it falling off and hitting my face. The good thing is that a chunk will fall off, and I'll feel it hit, and it'll just bounce off. Like, it doesn't stay. Like some fallout, it just stays all up under your eye. This one is going to bounce and move, and hopefully I won't get it in my eye. So I'm not going to put too much of it, because if this gets in my eye, this is not going to be good. So we're only going to take it to here. I would love to take this further over. And for me, the Fenty primer is a tacky primer, but it's only going to do so much against shades like this. And my first time ever using this shade, I'm like, this one is different than all the other metallics in this palette. It has a grit to it, but it doesn't feel gritty on the lid, but just the texture of it, it's flaky, but it's that hard flaky. It's not that soft flaky like the Mothership Celestial shades or other sparkling shades, or Natasha Denona's sparkling foil shades. Like, they'll fall out, or you might have to get the chunk on and smear it. This one is just going to chunk up and just fall off and bounce all over your face. And I do feel, I don't know if I see it, but I did feel it when it was falling, but then it just falls and keeps going. Like, it's not going to stick. It's just going to keep moving. And so it's always been that way. So I can't really say the texture has not changed. So we're going to put that brush away. I'm going to take this brush. I was going to say I'll look in this mirror, but I have papers with other looks to do with this palette in here. And so I'm not in any way at all done with it, even though this is look number 18. And by the time you see this video, we will have used this in a live stream member request to pair this with Xenon palette. So I only count, look at this shade right here, y'all. I only count when I do a full look as a look with the palette, or if I just do one eye, that's the look. But when I do palette bingos, I don't consider it. And look at this shade right here now. Oh, and this one has a flip. So now look at this one. Look at that. So we're going to take Helena, this shade here. So I did forget what I was saying. Oh, if I do just one, even if I do one palette, one eye, another palette, the other eye, I do consider that a look because that's a complete look. But when I do a palette bingo, I don't feel right saying, oh yeah, we did 18 looks, when I was mixing it with other shadows from other palettes. And that's just me, because it's still a look, you know what I'm saying? And I do have a playlist titled Pairing Palettes. And so if you want to see the palettes that I did pair, along with, I'm going to just overlap a little bit. I'm wondering if I want to do another month of something. Last year, I think it was June or July, I did a month of McGrath. And that was really fun. And so I got a lot of use. The first 2 weeks was just using the motherships, like systematically. And the last 2 weeks of the month, we paired the palettes. And that was a lot of fun. I want to take this further over, but I'm thinking that gray and this purple is just blending in. It doesn't look like that gray is there. In person, it does, because the gray, that first shade, Cornelia, it is very shiny in person. It's like a smoke gray shimmer type shade. Well, glittery type shade, but it's not glitter though. I don't do glitter. No. Listen, y'all, how come I was looking at, I was just going through Hulu last night. Well, actually, was it last night or early this morning? I don't know. But today's the 17th of May. And I saw that there was a Saw 10. Did y'all know it was a Saw 10? Like, where have I been? And so I watched it, like, what? Like, when did this come out? And it is on Hulu, but it's with the Stars extension, which I have. And so I watched it. And so it's in between either like 1 and 2 or 2 and 3, because Shawnee was in it. She looked different. She looked like she either had cosmetic surgery done or she has fillers. Like her face looks different, and it looks so different. So I'm like, this looks like her, but then I'm like, it don't look like her. And so I paused the video and Google saw 10, and yeah, that's her. And I'm like, what happened to her face? I mean, she still looks good though, but I'm just like down here was more pronounced, or her cheekbones are more pronounced. I mean, something. It just, her face was a lot fuller. But it was like, I have a full face. This whole thing is full. Hers was like full here and full here. So there was like something in here that wasn't as full as the rest. Like my whole face is just pudgy. But like in here, there was like an indentation, or like this was kind of like this. And so you saw, I know I'm way off track, I do this. So you saw the puffiness up here and then puffiness down there. But like the hollow of her cheek part was like this. And I was just like, that don't. And her lips look different too. And I'm not knocking it. If you want fillers and everything, I'm not knocking it. But I was just like, that looked like her, but... So it was kind of throwing me off until I got over it. Because I also, when I was watching it, I was trying to understand, like, where is this in the lineup? And there was no mention of Jill. So I'm like, okay, if he's going where he went to, where was Jill? Like, he didn't ever call her and be like, oh, honey, I'll be home, you know, in a week or whatever. So I was like, where does this fit into the lineup? And even though they did get divorced, so... It wasn't like, you know, he had to check in with her. So, but anyway, I was just trying to figure out where does it fit in the lineup. But I think it was between 1 and 2 or 2 and 3. But then I think it might have been later because that crooked detective was in it too. I know I'm giving away spoilers. I don't even apologize. So I was just like, but it was good seeing people from the earlier Saw movies in this one. And I love when they bring the same character back and it looks like the same person, because sometimes they bring back the same character and you're like, who that? You know what I'm saying? Now we're going to take Lavina, this shade right here, and I'm wondering if, well, no, because this is a matte. I was going to say, yeah, I took a brush that was stained already because this is a deep shade. This is the first matte that we're using. So I was just like, so I really liked it. And you know what? I am going to watch it again. When I really like a movie, I do watch it again because I know I'd be missing stuff. And I kept pausing it to do other stuff. And then I was messing around with this phone because it's new. And so I was trying to, you know, just rearrange things and, you know, putting in all the logins. And that looks nice. We're going to lightly just pull over. And that's going to give us a blend for here. Do I need to put some shadow down here along the last line? Yeah. And so I really enjoyed it. I actually liked all the Saw movies. Some people didn't like Jigsaw, which it was in the Saw franchise, but to me it wasn't a Saw movie aside from the traps. Some people had an issue with it being Chris Rock. They're like, he's a comedian, like he can't pull off, you know, this type of movie. But I think he did okay. I really do. And of course the traps were good. It had a good twist to it, for real. But then all the Saw movies did have a good twist. And so, but if I really like a movie, I will watch it once or twice more. Let me know if you guys are like that. If you like a movie, do you rewatch it at some point? My godmom, back in the day, she said she never rewatches a movie. And I'm like, what? I'm like, there's so much there. And even like when I read a book, if I reread it like years later, I'm like, oh. Because like I'm seeing, you know, dots are connecting and I'm like, oh, okay, so that's why it is. Or, oh. I'm trying to look at the shapes, and of course they're not the same, but then neither my brows, and so it's okay. And even though we didn't do a brow bone shade, I am liking how that looks. However, we're still going to take a brush with no shadow. This was the Fenty 230 as usual. This is a Isom V20. No. Troll, what you saying? I'm saying V31. That's what I'm saying. Excuse you? Like, girl. I know I'm a troll, but still, that was really loud and obnoxious. Excuse me, y'all. So this has no shadow on it. We're just going to go in small circular motions, excuse me. If we wanted to be more grungy than we are, then we could take either this shade, probably this one, and put up in this area. But I like the space that's left, so I'm just blending it just so it doesn't look as harsh. And I'm just doing back and forth short strokes. And so that's how that's looking compared to this side. And I do still think it looks good. And so if you're apprehensive about, I'll be switching topics, like I'll be speeding down the highway, switching lanes, going 95 miles per hour. If you're apprehensive about color combinations, so inner lid, center lid, and then this bold blue. But look at it though. So just try different things. If you're apprehensive about, oh, is this going to go? Is this going to go? Sometimes I do really think it's just about the blending. And sometimes stuff really doesn't, and it may look a little muddy, but we do messy grunge here, so even muddy works, you know what I'm saying? The worst thing I've had to do is the colors really did not look right, and so then I took like a skin tone-ish type shimmer or a skin tone-ish type matte and put that where the two shades met and lightly feathered, and it blended in, it looked fine. So that there's ways to work around things and to work it out. But yeah, try not to be like, well, this isn't gonna go. I'm not, just try it. I mean, if you're home playing the makeup, who gonna see it? You home. You home, girl, do your thing. Now we're gonna take Zelda, this shade here. There's only 3 colors on the lid. I've been real simple lately. I don't know if we're just gonna do first half of the lower lash line. This is a Blend Bunny brush B3. I don't know if, I was going to look in here, but I still have all them papers in there. So I was like, I still can't see. So I'm gonna use the mirror down here. I don't know. I think I'm gonna take this all the way over. And yeah, and then just put that other shade on top of it, because that'll help blow it out too. I pulled out Fortune, which is the green for upper lash line, but I'm thinking of something else, because I think that might kind of blend in. Part of me is saying put on a black, which I seldom do. This side is starting to burn, and it's burning like in this area here. So I'm wondering if it's this shadow, because even just now this did touch like my inner rim, my waterline. So let's not do that again, even though it was by accident. So I can't believe I had this palette for 2 years. Well, yeah, I can. Other palettes I've had for that long too. Some of my motherships I've had for like 2 years, and they work fine. I use stuff, well, let me see. If I have something and it's unique, I will keep it until it starts to irritate my lids. If I really like it, and I'm thinking of Forest Heart palette, I really adored that palette, but because the looks I was able to do with other palettes, I'm like, is it necessary to keep it? Even though the formula was amazing and it was nice having it all on one palette, and I thought, well, since it has life left in it and it was no longer available, I'm like, let me let somebody else get some use out of it, you know what I'm saying? So that was, so I think about, if I can dupe it as much as I love it, if it's still living, let somebody else enjoy it too, especially if you can't get it again. So that's where my eyes are starting to burn. Oh shit. Now we're gonna take Sabrina, this shade here, and this is like a grayish green, this shade here. My eyes are starting to burn, and you know what, it didn't start doing that until I put Zelda on. Fuck. Did I speak too soon? And I'm using this for that live on Monday, so I still gotta use it again. And I could be like, last time I used it, it irritated my lids. And I know people would be disappointed, but I know that they would also understand, because they know I have different sensitivities and stuff like that. But I'm gonna use this palette again, and hopefully the random generator will not pick that shade. Oh, look at this look, y'all. So hopefully, yeah, it just won't pick that shade, because it didn't start burning over here until I put that here, and then this eye started. Oh, what are we gonna put on our lower lash? I mean, excuse me, our upper lash line. I think I'm gonna just do a black, because nothing else is gonna show up. I mean, yeah, if I did like a red or something like Cultura or Terrible Vision, like those spicy mustard shades, those orangey shades. But I like it. I like how this looks. It does look cohesive. It doesn't look like too much. And so I think I am just going to do a black. And you know already we're going to do a black look. And we still did not we still didn't use this black here. And this is sorry for poking you in the eye with the brush. This is a black with sparkle. And so I don't know about using that for upper lash line. And I don't really want to put it for outer corner, but I could. This shade is further in on this side than this side, and so we're just going to just press and see what's in the brush to pull it over. We're going to tap in, because this side also looks a little darker, but to me this side always looks a little darker, and y'all know I'm gonna blame it on the lighting and not my application. Because that's what we do here. We find a way to be like, it ain't my fault, even though it is my fault. I know it is. I'm the one doing it, so it is me. Yeah, but this is and look how Oh my gosh. So you see how this look? And then watch how this lightens up right here. Bam, you see that? You see that? And then look over here. It just looks regular, right? You turn, bam. Oh my gosh. So we're gonna put those brushes away. And I'm not seeing fallout, so I don't know why I even keep doing this. You know what it is? Because I'm trying to think of what to do, and I don't want to be just sitting here like, I'm like, let me just act like I'm doing something. What are we going to do with the black? We could take the black. I have another one of these. Do we want to? I like the look the way it is. So I don't know. So I think we might skip the black or oh shoot. Let me just put some on the outer corner. Yo, I don't know why I feel like obligated to use all 6 of these shades, because we said we were going to use these 6. So, excuse me. We're going to just, this is a clean one. This is a LaRouche LR008 angled brush. I only like it for winging out eyeshadow or for under my brow or for underneath. This says it's a shader brush, an angle shading. I don't have any control with this brush because it is just extremely flimsy. Let me put it in front of the curtain. Oh, that's too far. It's just extreme. Well, maybe my forehead since that's lighter. It is just extremely flimsy and it gives me no control. If you want to light wash the color, this would work. But y'all know I be doing a lot more than washes of color. So I'm just tapping in. And what we're going to do, and it doesn't even, okay, now I'm swiping versus tapping. This does appear to be creamy, question mark. Okay, here we go. And I don't want to come out too far because then it's going to be looking cray. Oh, too late. We're already cray cray. So I'm just making this look like an outer V. That's what we're going to do. We're going to do an outer V with this black shade. Y'all, we're going to do our best to make it work. That don't look right because it's a peak like right here. So, okay. So we're feathering. Shit. We're pressing where it look like it's a hole. That don't look right. By the time we, where's that brush? Was this the brush? Yeah, with that shade. By the time we put the liner on, I think this will work. I think it'll work itself out. I should have just left it. I was just insistent on using that black. And this is what happens. And that black is showing up. And even feathering this brush over top of it. I don't like how that looks. Yeah, I messed up, y'all. So we're making an outer V shape. And it's not really looking like a V because we feathered it out. So it's, I don't know what shape this is. It's not bad. Let's see if we can just feather a little bit more. Look like it's taped, to make it look like it's tapering outward. Okay. Whew, my eyes are burning. Lord of mercy. Lord of mercy. Yeah, my eyes are, damn it. I'll see what happens on the 19th when I do the live. So now this would have been an outer V. But this is because it's intentional. The other side, I was just, I don't know what I was just. Because I don't know. I can't even finish the sentence because I really just don't know. I was just insisting on just getting some on the outer corner. See this side I like. When I go like this, it looks like a wannabe V. Let's bring this in to give it some shape. Okay. Almost kind of, sort of. Almost kind of, sort of. When you're planning makeup, yes, we want our looks to be nice, but don't take it so seriously that if something happens, like how they had the hook and we tried to fix it by feathering it out and pulling it out, just, you know, just work with it and finagle it. And don't be like, ooh, here it is, and then you just wash it off and start all over. Just try to make it work, because you might learn something. I've learned that I can take a hook and make it, and feather it out, and it'd be okay. I mean, is it my best ever? Is anything my best ever? It's my best in that moment, yes. But, you know, looking through other looks I've done. So we're going to put that brush away. Yeah, we're just going to do I want to do something bold for upper lash line. So we're going to put Fortune away. That's what we were going to use. But I do think it would just blend in, and so would a black, right? Yeah. Unless we take a more bold green. This one from Inglot. This one, and I know this is messy grunge, and I want it to stay this way. I don't want it to, oh, you know what I might do? I might take, where are you? Oh, it's right in front of me. I had it out already. Why did I have this out already? I don't know what I was going to do with it. Maybe I was just moving it to move it. This is Contemplative State from, oh, I know what I was going to do with it. I was going to do the green, and then I was going to like just kind of play with this over here somewhere. So we're going to take Contemplative State. This is a MAC paint pot. This is a MAC 210 brush. And we are going to move the palette so I can have somewhere to put my arm. And we're going to put this on our upper lash line. So that's what we're going to do with this. Let me know what you think about this look. Would you do, when you see me just putting colors together, not knowing what's going to happen, and then it turns out nice, like this bold blue next to the purple, but that looks nice. Does it encourage you to just play around and just try things that you think you're like, I don't know, but then you know, does it encourage you to try something even if you think it's not going to look nice? And if you have tried things that you didn't think were going to look nice, did you end up liking how it looked? So those are more questions, and I know I'm always asking a lot of questions in videos because we're having a conversation here. We're having a conversation and we're engaging here. We're talking about makeup, things that we do, and what we like about it. This is subtle. Y'all are like, and we're going to, oh, I know what I was going to do. I was going to use a straight brush because I never use eyeliner brushes like this one, and I was going to put on Fortune and then use this with Contemplative State just to do a straight line, you know, for the wing part, just to see if I can get a feel for that brush. Because usually when I use brushes like that before, like back in the day, I was trying to use them for my upper lash line, but on this side I couldn't see inside to like get in here. And so then at some point I just stopped using them, period. And I do know they serve a purpose. Like if I wanted the really straight edge here, that would be perfect. It wouldn't be a swoosh because the brush is straight. And with this one, I actually have to swoosh it even though it's accidental. And so I told myself I was going to use it, but then I switched up the liner color. I'm taking this further out, trying to straighten, excuse me if I shook you, trying to straighten the swoosh. If you notice like any difference with the coloring in the video, let me know, because to me it looks the same as my previous phone. One thing I did notice though is it takes a lot longer for my videos to transfer into Clipchamp, because it used to take maybe like less than 5 minutes. Now it can take up to an hour to from my phone to get into Clipchamp. And I did set it to record at a higher resolution, so that might be it. We're going to do one more thing. I do believe, you know what I'm going to do? I just put that brush away. I am going to use that brush, if I can find it really fast, because it's really tiny. Here it is, and it's short and skinny. We're going to take this, excuse me, and this is a Sigma Angled Brow brush, E75. Excuse me, it was one of the brushes that Grace sent me. So I'm finally using it. We're going to see if we're going to see, we're going to just try and put a straight line right here. Okay, that's all we're going to do. So we're going to just bring that to the crease. That's all we're going to do, because I want to do more to it, but I feel like if I do, it's going to mess it up. And now I need to, so it's going into where this line is before you get to the line. So we're just laying it and just coming straight. It's not the same. So we're turning it the other way and coming out. The pointy side, well, the pointy side is this way. I started it the other way, but because of how this is looking, I like this side. This side, well, Excuse me. I'm going to take a little bit more. And what we could do, right? Excuse me if you heard that in my throat. We're going to connect. I think I'm about to mess this up. I think I did mess that up. See, you know what? That's what happens. I try one thing and then I'm like, oh, let me just do something else. You know what? It's not a play on negative space, but it is a play on graphic liner. So what did we do? So we kind of brung this down. Oh, shoot. And we brung this up. I found a use for this brush. Because it does make it straight. It's just if I draw it straight. My mom used to say she couldn't draw a straight line with a ruler. Because if your ruler is crooked, the line's going to be crooked. Or if the paper's crooked, the line is going to be crooked. So the line is straight, but it's crooked at the same time. That's what I feel like this is. I like how this looks. Because both of them do look kind of rounded. And it comes out to the edge of the shadow. Thank you, Troll, for trying new things. My eyes are burning. Damn it! Mother friggers. We're going to take Bougie, another MAC paint pot. My eyes are burning, y'all. It's not like an intense burn. Like, oh, I need to get this off, but it's just, this is a V09. We're going to take Bougie. We're going to put this in our brows. I did this once before, and I was like, this is nice. So it's there, but it's not there. And this is a dual chrome if you've never seen it before. Melina, if you're using yours, or if you have used yours, are you liking it? For me, on my complexion, when I put it on my bare lid over primer, it doesn't show up. Because this just blends into my complexion. But then when I turn, you see the red. I do like this though for what I'm doing now because it's there and then it's not there. You see what I'm saying? Like, is it really anything on my brows besides the Fenty brow pencil? And I do like this as a shadow base. And the paint pots are designed to be a shadow base. The fluid lines are designed to be eyeliners, but you can use both the fluid lines and the paint pots as liners or shadow bases. But so do you see a difference? Like, it's not in daylight, or if you're somewhere where it's very bright, it does show up and you will see the shifts because it'll look a little greenish and then a little reddish. And so even here, because it actually did fill in my brows too. Like, this is just a brow pencil. You see some skin underneath because I like it when my brows look natural, even though over here, from here to here, there is no hair. But I do like them to look as natural as possible. And so it does look like it's filled in. And in different lighting, or if you're detail oriented, you can see like there's some color there. Because it does look more red over here because there is no hair. And I see the greenish here. And it may be just because I know it's there. So maybe that's what that is. So I do like this though. And I remember when I did this before, I'm like, I'm definitely doing this again. And now here I am doing this again. I'm not as bold as my Hooker Clown Troll official Ken, Janessa. She be doing like bright green brows, bright yellow brows. But she did inspire me to do more with putting liner in my brows. Even if it's not noticeable or like super noticeable. Because I can see this. I see this side more so over here in the red because I have no hair there. So this side, you can clearly see how this is kind of greenish and that's the reddish that's in here. Because the Fenty pencil does look lighter or a different color than when I put it here because there's hair here, no hair over there. But this is what, yeah. My eyes are, oh, my eyes is glassy. Oh. All right, we're going to, what did I just drop? That was a Q-tip. I dropped the Q-tip that I had used for the soft lit Fenty foundation, and I had only used one side of the Q-tip. And so I had it sitting here, and that's what fell. I don't think I'm going to purchase that. When I'm down to my last soft matte, I may purchase it. And I was thinking about, I want to say it was Tanya, but I'm not sure, so forgive me. Oh, I gotta do mascara. That it would be a good foundation for me for the winter, because it does add luminosity, but by the time I do my entire base face, I have a video side by side. By the time I do the whole base face, nobody can tell the difference. And so it's like, what's the point in having it if it's going to look like the other one? And I say that as someone who doesn't have dry or oily skin. If I had dry skin, maybe it would look different or feel different. The only difference I noticed is that it never dries well. Even after 90 minutes, it's still not dried down. So it's a requirement for me to set it with powder, especially if I want to put bronzers and stuff on and blush. This I came up too high because this side I came up too high and I was trying to match it. But you know, we're going to leave it. I just realized I don't even have to. I just dip back in, which I never do with this. I just realized I don't have to do an IG reel. Unless I'm able to get back in, but I'm gonna still do a short anyway. And what I was posting for shorts were the same content I was posting for a reel. So either way, I am still gonna do that. Okay, excuse me for smacking. I'm wondering if I want to take Cornelia and pat that on this sensor, and I do think I do. I don't think I've done that before. Where's that brush? I can use that same brush. Which one was that brush? This one. And I have used other shades in here over a lip. What am I looking at? This is, what the hell? This is what I see in person. It looks like a gold. Looking at this red right here. So I was like, what's in here is gold. I'm gonna tap this. Oh, that's pretty. I saw that Notoriously Mordant has some lip glosses. And I'm just like, oh man. But you know what? Some things is $17. I'm like, I don't know. They're $16.99. And I'm like, that's a lot for a gloss. They do look like colors though. I shouldn't have done that because then I just messed that up. Because then I'm thinking the other glosses I have, excuse me for smacking. The price point is about the same as other stuff. And I think it hit me like that because I saw like 4 shades I wanted. And then I looked at the price. I was like, oof. I don't know. But we're going to take a little bit more of that and tap on here. I'm going to tap some more of this on here. And I'm going to edit out doing... I like this. I really love... what's this cream Lucia? I lied. I'm not going to edit this out. Tapping a shimmer eyeshadow over a black lip. And even other dark lipstick colors. You know what? I should try that with that nude shade from House Labs. But then I don't know. No, because then I don't mess that up from being a perfect nude if I'm going to top it with something shimmery. And I usually only top blacks for some reason. But I have some of those other darker colors from Sephora collection. The cream lip, it's called the cream liquid lip stains. No, it's not. It's called cream lip stain liquid lipsticks. That's what it's called. These long titles. Surprised I can remember it after I tried to say it like 4 or 5 or 12 times. So that is that. Yeah, we're going to do pictures really quick. Y'all, I love this look. I love the brows, even though it's not too noticeable on video. This is for our thumbnail. This looks so ugly with all these papers. At least there's no glare. I don't need to do that then, since it's not a glare, but anyway. Thank you for bearing with me for that. Let me know what you think of this look. I really do enjoy this look. I like that we did go with Contemplative State. I like that we played with graphic liner again. I love that you can see the liner underneath the shadow. Excuse me. And then you see Contemplative State and how we hooked it, but we didn't connect it into the crease. So it's sort of negative space, but it's not. It's just graphic liner. And I like how we didn't put any shadow here because it kind of looked like it was anyway, and the shapes were looking the same, and so that's why I didn't want to, you know, mess up and put anything there. When am I concerned about messing stuff up? I don't know. And I like what we did to the brows because those like a there, not there type of thing. And I love the smokiness underneath. I love the grunginess. And this gray shadow throws me off because here it looks like nothing. And when you turn, it's like, what? And that being a bold blue, excuse me, turquoisey, whatever shade that was, it worked. So try not to be apprehensive if you think a color combination isn't going to work. Just try it and see. That's going to be it for this video. Thank you so much for being here. Been here before, go ahead and subscribe. If you're interested in joining, do that. Like, share, comment, all that good stuff. And as always, yeah, lots of information below. And aside from that, another as always is self-acceptance, self-love. That is the Crazy Troll Nation way. Thank you, and you will see me soon.